I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but we got a little bit of breaking news here. Florida Panthers just picked up Jaromir Jagr for a second rounder in 2015 and a conditional third in 2016.
Wow.
You're kidding me.
No,
Wow.
just hit the wires.
Wow, so that shows that they're...
Good for you, Carlin.
There goes Dale Talon showing that he's serious about this team right now. This team that was always about money, now they're getting serious.
And Jagr's playing great this year.
Wait a minute. They traded Jagr for what, a second and a third?
Second this year and a conditional third next year.
Probably based on re-signing the contract is what that's all about.
No, I think it's based on whether the Panthers make the playoffs this year. That's what it'd be based on, probably.
I agree.
And they give a second round.
That's a credible deal.
I'm sorry?
That's an incredible deal.
Well,
It's a big name.
It's a big name, but he's got 11 goals this year, Jagr. He's still playing pretty well.
Not bad for an old guy.
Well, I'm not saying that, but I'm telling you, if you're going to be an up-tempo team and a faster team, he's not the guy you're going to go to. But I think that this guy's still got a little bit left in the tank for them, and they're going to try to make the push to make the playoffs. If they were to make the playoffs and beat Boston out, if it were to end today, they'd play Montreal in the first round. Now, I really thought the Blackhawks were going to try to go after Jagr because Kane went down.
I'm 100%. I'm shocked about this trade. I thought the Blackhawks would go because he's a dependable guy, and exactly, he's got some fuel in the tank, right? And he wouldn't be expensive, and you can give him a performance contract.
Well, and the Blackhawks aren't that quick up-tempo team as much as people think they are, and with Kane out there even less. And but this is good for Yogs, but this is a team that's going to have to get above the Boston Bruins and get to that fourth, or that, I guess it's a wild card, right?
Yes.
Wild card spot, yeah.
Yes.
Wild card spot.
100%.
So here's the information. The contract's $5.5 million. What's remaining of that contract? The Devils do not retain any of Jagr's salary in the deal, which of course when Toronto did the deal with Winnick, they had to take some of the salary back, and have their choice of whichever the Panthers' third-round picks is higher. In addition to their own pick, the Panthers also possess Minnesota's 2016 third-rounder acquired early this week in the trade that sent Sean Bergenheim to the Wild. So.
Right.
Okay.
Listen,
It will help the Panthers. It will.
Here's my view on the Panthers. Luongo's playing very well. You know, he's at the cusp or the crescendo or the big chapter in his career. The ownership and the management really believe in this team. They're in wild card contention. Jagr, you're correct, Phil, has had 11 goals this year. But he's still a big, strong ox. He can go out there and make things happen, so he's a good catalyst. He's not a negative.
TJ? Late breaking news, okay, this is a big one here. Leafs have made a minor trade, Spencer Abbott to Chicago for TJ Brennan. Well, there we have the New Jersey Devils.
Talk about Jaromir Jagr for that?
It's about the, I'm saying, imagine how this thing's going to be blown up.
All of a sudden, out of the blue, he'll say,
yeah, Frank, I'm just, forgive me for giving information on the air, Frank.
Go
Go ahead, Frank, just talk, go ahead.
Who cares?
Obviously nobody.
What I was going to say is Jagr's going to help the Panthers' power play, without a doubt. They've only scored 145 goals, of all the teams in contention on both conferences. They have the lowest amount of goals for.
But Phil, why the fuck wouldn't Chicago make a big fight for Jagr? And you're 100%. That would fill that void that Kane's gone, and you know, now they're going to put everything on Taves.
Well, I could tell you Jagr must have approved this, because from what I understand, he had a new movement thing, didn't he, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he had a limited clause there, yeah. And he was squawking about not getting enough time in New Jersey, too, wasn't he?
Well, yes, lately he's been squawking that he hasn't been playing enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he had a contract where he wasn't supposed to be traded. I'm saying that Lou Lamoriello made him happy.
Well, he probably said, okay, I'll go to the Panthers. I mean, but I thought for sure the Blackhawks would make a run, and maybe they tried. The Blackhawks tried, but...
Yeah, but you know what?
And a second and a third for Jagr at this stage of the game, you have to figure that's that's a good deal to get back for New Jersey as well to get those picks because Jagr, who knows if he's going to be back next year? Likely not, but who knows at this point?
Exactly.
You're wrong, Carlin, because the rumor is that Jagr wants to play a couple more years. Jagr was in.
I wanted to play for it until I was 90, but it doesn't happen.
No. But hear me out, Phil. And you're right. There's been a lot of guys who've played over their mileage, right? And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But a lot of people, and these are experts, and not Jagr talking about himself, saying that he's playing at a line 2, line 3 caliber, and he's still very influential and very relevant on the ice. So he was quoted as saying this year that he believes he can play a couple more years in the NHL.
Yeah, I heard him say that too, and I can tell you this: Jagr still protects the puck as well as anybody in the game, and I'm talking about
4 guys fucking hanging on him, and he can still fuck around with the puck and make a pass.
Protects the puck very, very well because he's a big, strong guy.
Yeah, and he's still got the wheels. His legs are not wobbly. He's not like Hearns in the third round against Hagler. His legs got wobbly, and Hagler was going from south to right. He was going from southpaw to right. And my point I'm trying to make is that his legs are still good, and you know that the legs are very important.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. He's not as quick as he was, but he's still a strong, powerful skater. And for some reason, in his latter stages of his life, in his career, he's chosen to really be in top physical condition. Where when he was younger, I can tell you honestly, he was not the top conditioned guy on the team. But he had so much talent that he just, got through with it.
100%. You're 100% accurate. He didn't give a shit when he was younger, and now he's very conditioned, he's very regimented, and he's very disciplined. And that is the most difficult thing in the world, to be in good shape, is discipline.
And do you think at this stage in his career, Phil, that it'll be a good influence on the younger guys coming up, like your Jimmy Hayes, your Jonathan Huberdeau's and them?
Yeah, and also that Bukestad. I see him playing with Bukestad right away. I don't know who plays with Bukestad right now. I mean, they change all the time. But this guy will be a calming influence, and I think that he'll help their power play tremendously.